all these things are discussed in detail in economic survey. This year's economic survey has been announced. It has been prepared by the Chief Economic Advisor Mr. Ananta Nageshwaran and his team, and it consists of 732 pages, such a voluminous, and 16 chapters. So, in this, what are all the highlights and what is the state of the economy, what is the growth rate? All these matters have been detailed in this economic survey. Let us hear from our resource persons in detail about this economic survey. First of all, let me come to CA D.B. Mehta. First of all, I should congratulate you for becoming elected president for Karnataka State. Kredai, Karnataka State. We should congratulate you for
so much.
Being elected as a president for Kredai, Karnataka. You have many hats to your personality. This is latest hat added to your many hats.
Yes.
So now let me just get some brief from you, from your perspective, what is economic survey and why it is important to announce before the budget.
See, you have explained the concept of economic survey very well. I will just add a couple of things to that. Economic survey not only presents the current year's economic parameters and statistics and where we are headed to, but it also presents a SWOT analysis of strengths and challenges that economy is facing and will be facing in the years to come. And it gives the solution to those problems which is recorded in the economic survey, how the government can work towards these problems and help India to grow at a continuous 7+% GDP. So, it is a combination of both the subjects, a SWOT analysis for the year to come or the next few years to come, and the presentation of where the economic stands as of today for the current year.
Okay. Now, why this economic survey is necessary? When budget is being presented every year in the parliament, why economic survey is to be prepared and submitted and tabled in the parliament? Can you just brief?
Economic survey is a very important document on the basis of which government can take necessary policy measures. In an economy, so many challenges are there, strengths are there. So, economic survey, it analyzes those strengths, those challenges. So, in this context, economic survey is very important.
Okay. Now, what are the just most attractive points in this economic survey 2026? Can you just highlight? Most attractive. Then more attractive we will talk after.
To know how the Indian economy has performed this year, I am going to state some few statements from some global leaders. So that instead of we talking about our own economy, let the world talk about us.
Correct.
The first thing is the EU Commission.
What are the worlds of the world?
European Union Commission President. She says India has risen. When India succeeds, world is more stable, prosperous and secure. Second, World Economic Forum survey says India is driving South Asia as world's brightest growth spot. Blackstone is a great MNC, leading MNC. He says we are a MNC leader says we are ambassadors for India in the developed world, and it provides the highest rate of return in the world. Jeffrey Sachs, he is a leading economist in USA. We are living in multipolar world. India is a great power. the era of American dominance has ended, even if Washington has not yet accepted that reality. Morgan Stanley, good to invest in India. It's a great recommendation for foreign investors and domestic investors also. Our own Modi ji, we have paid attention to farmers, youth, MSMEs and women. So these statements show that Indian economy has established its strong roots amongst all economies of the world. Our GDP is growing at an average pace of 7%, 6.5 to 7% for the last 10 years. It's again an achievement compared to the global GDP of 2.5 to 3%. And all other major economies, even USA, it is around 2% only. China around 4 to 5%. So we are number 3, already we are number 3 in terms of GDP. This is one thing. Second, deficits. Fiscal deficit is around 4.4%, it is declining. It was around 6% 5 years back, it is declining. All other deficits, primary deficit, revenue deficit,
Current account deficit,
effective revenue deficit, all are below 1%.
There is no much deficit.
There is not a deficit.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe in the next 3 years we are going to see a surplus economy. Indian economy will be a revenue surplus economy. Already we are revenue surplus, but it will improve now. So that is one thing. Then expenditure, capital expenditure, for example. It was 3 lakh crores about 6 years back. Now we are 15 lakh crores per annum, 5 times increase in capital expenditure.
That is effective capital
Capital expenditure in capital thing. Then NPA is very crucial. It was around 11%, 12% long back. Now it is 0.8%, 0.8 to 0.5 to 8%. Gross NPA 2.2%. So this is one thing. External debt it was 24%, now it is 19%. Inflation, we have got the lowest inflation for last 20 years, they say. Since the CPI was Consumer Price Index was formed, since then it is the lowest. It is 1.7% overall. But food inflation is a negative, so it is again a very interesting feature. Food inflation, minus it is. Core inflation is 4.6%. That is a bit worrying thing because of the metal inflation. So then current account deficit, that is again 0.8%. Current account deficit is foreign exports minus foreign imports minus foreign exports. So there also we are minus less than 1%. Then coming to taxes, tax collection. 3 lakh crores was the tax collection 10 years back. Today it is 25 lakh crores. Indirect tax also, it is crossing around 22 lakh crores. Our tax collection is around 10 to 15 lakh crores it was. Now it is 3 times almost, 45 lakh crores. So these are all the plus points of the economy.
Okay.
Then
now let us come to CA DB Mehta. He has spoken about tax collection. But still our tax to GDP ratio is only 6%. What should be the ideal tax to GDP ratio, and when compared to advanced economies, where we stand?
See, tax to GDP ratio has to be understood at different levels. One is at the nation level, that is center and all the states combined, which is around 19.6 to 19.7%, which is a pretty healthy ratio. Global standards are about 25%. We are not very far away from the global standards. Second thing, the central government to tax to GDP ratio is around 11.8%. The direct and indirect taxes, the direct tax ratio is 6.6%, the indirect tax ratio is 6.8%. So there are different parameters to look at tax to GDP ratio. But what we have to look at is whether the tax to GDP ratio is improving year after year over a period of a decade. And we have seen a 25% improvement in tax to GDP ratio. So that explains
over how many years?
Over the last 1 decade. So that explains there is a huge tax buoyancy. Now tax buoyancy itself is a different subject. I will not get into what are the causes and what are the correlations there. You look at this with the backdrop of the rates of taxes. See, if the rates were constant in the last 10 years and if we have achieved this growth, that itself is commendable. But here both the direct taxes and indirect taxes rates have come down by 20 to 30% of what the rates were prevailing at the gross aggregate level a decade back.
Still
so
the collection
still
is
the buoyancy is very good. So that's really commendable.
Okay. Let us attend one viewer now. Hello.
Sir, Namaskara.
Namaskara. Who's speaking?
I am from Bangalore, KJ5.
KJ5 from
I am
Bangalore.
a financial consultant.
Financial consultant. Today is very crucial day for financial consultants also.
Yeah. All are excited to see.
Before the budget, instead of talking about expectations, many TV shows they are talking about budget expectations.
Hello.
That expectation will become to when that budget is presented. That's why we are not discussing about expectation. We are discussing about economic survey. Can
Survey,
you
yeah,
just-
that's what I was appreciating.
Very nice.
Because economic survey is there is a main thing for long-term perspective of our country.
Correct.
And people are only concentrating on 1 year budget by ignoring this economic survey actually. It is a very basic thing. On that basis, budget, how it affects for next 1 year and all the things are seen, no?
Correct.
Our
Correct.
people are not giving that much, when compared to importance to the budget, economic survey they are not highlighting.
Correct.
Since morning, TV people are doing, but only they are talking about budget. Expectation what and like that. That's my, you are doing economic survey, emphasizing the importance.
Very
It is
nice.
really nice.
Any question?
That's why I wanted to call.
Any question?
Question is lot of global situation, gold, silver, everything is in a very much tension situation. Whatever you say, we will listen in this scenario with the even after budget or whatever. Situation is very Iran war.
Correct.
Anything you can say. Economic survey will all depend on this also, no?
Correct.
That's
Correct.
right.
Correct. These factors, external factors are also most important. And how this, Dr. Jayant Naik, how these external factors, that is geopolitical issues, wars, Trump tariff, and Ukraine, and this, and there is a rift between many countries, how it will impact on the growth of Indian economy, because why India should bother about all these things?
Global uncertainties and geopolitical tensions and global demand fluctuations create external risk. Lot of external, it creates shock waves on Indian economy. So if something goes wrong in America, maybe recession or maybe tariff war or such type of situation, it creates a lot of mess in India also. It affects industrial growth, it also affects GDP growth rate, and it also it is having adverse impact on service sector growth also, because our service sector in India plays very important role.
Fastest growing.
55%, it contributes 55% to our GDP. So this is the main thing. So service sector, it adversely will get affected mainly because of these external factors.
Okay. Now, anything to add on?
See, yesterday, one incident, it has reduced your gold and silver prices. Drastically, it has come down. What has happened is, Trump told Powell, then the earlier Fed chief, bring down the rates this time, cut down the rates, because there is a problem, there is inflation in US, there is other problems in US. So bring down the rates at least. He said nothing doing. I cannot bring down. Immediately said, from tomorrow onwards you are not there, I am going to appoint somebody else. The same night at 11 o'clock, 10 or 11 o'clock, there is a drop in gold rate and silver rate. Silver has come down by 18%, gold has also come down, around 20,000. This thing.
See, I'll just add to what both the other experts have just said. When there are global uncertainties, be it geopolitical wars or American hegemony or sanctions or tariffs or whatever way you look at it, it affects basically the global rate of interest, where the money will flow, and it affects the the exchange rate. So like if you have noticed in the last 1 year, rupee has depreciated by almost 10%. Now in the last 1 year, our exports have grown by 6%. Our foreign exchange is at the peak rate. So the internal factors are not the reason for rupee being depreciated. These are the external factors where how the dollars move around and whether it is moving out of our country or coming inside our country. So these are the factors that
What is the
define.
main factor for rupee
Yeah,
depreciation?
the second factor is the rate of interest. The rate of interest decides where the money flow will happen.
Yeah.
Now, the money flow was happening a lot into commodities, whether it's copper, aluminium, gold, silver, everything was going up despite global economy having a question mark, a slowdown. Why should commodities move up when the global economy has a negative scenario? It is basically the flow of funds based on the rate of interest globally as perceived. That one decision of the Trump to bring very moderate Federal Reserve chairman who would listen to him and would reduce the rate of interest will shake up the entire commodity market. So if that starts happening, commodity inflation, which is a major part of inflation in the core inflation of 4%, will also come down. It will be favorable to India. Only the investors who are in gold and silver, especially the ladies of the country, they may not be very happy with this.
Now, what is your opinion about Fed has to reduce the rate of interest or not?
The way there are high inflation risks in the US, it does not work with the economic principles. When you have a fear of slowdown in the economy, high inflation rates, that the rate of interest should be reduced. It's like Turkish president reducing the rate of interest when the currency has depreciated by 90%. When there are challenges in the economic growth, so that's not economics. If he listens to Trump and reduces, it will be disadvantage America, advantage world.
Okay. What is our Indian policy? Because Trump is saying something and European Union, they are becoming our friend. All these things are there.
Yeah.
So, what should be our stand of India?
See, a lot of geopolitical factors. It is creating mess in India. So this tariff war is also going on. Already Trump imposed 50% tariff.
25% plus 25% penal for buying oil from Russia as per Trump.
Yeah. So because of this, export has come down, especially in American economy. In other parts of the country also, our export sector adversely affected.
If they put more tariff,
Yeah.
will it not increase the prices of those commodities in US? Is it not affecting their?
100% it is increasing. So to counteract this act, a lot of these bilateral treaties, multilateral, regional treaties also going on. Right now, this European Union treaty, it is considered as mother of all deals. So because of this, so this is the counteract what Trump has taken decision. I mean, his main purpose is to curb economic growth in India. So India has counteracted with this deal, and so many bilateral treaties also taken place because of this measure.
Okay.
I'll just add
Mr.
one
Raj-
more. I'll just add one more fact and figure to what Professor has said. The export to the US from August to November was on a decline. August was the worst hit month for the exports, where we came down to only $5.3 billion a month. The December export was $8.5 billion a month, which is 3% better than month to month of the previous December. So I don't foresee this 50% tariff from here on will impact Indian exports. That's point one. Point two, in the last 4 months, overall merchandise exports has gone up by 6% for India, despite the US tariff and despite the 4 months negative export growth with the USA. So according to me, our CAD has come down to 0.8%. because our exports both in merchandise exports as well as service exports are growing around 13%. Because of the growth in both these sectors, our CAD is also down to 0.8%.
Okay.
To add to that, regarding
You have written one article and today it has come in Suddhimani. That the mother of all deals.
Mother of- yeah.
That is this one, that a free trade agreement with European country. Can you just brief what are all the highlights of that?
Now, India has become a champion of free trade deals in the world.
Mm.
Other nations of the world, as told by Mehta sir, we are diversifying. For example, we are along with globalization, we are entering into a phase of diversification of also global diversification. It was for the first time it is happening because of the US problem.
Mm.
It is good for the world. The more there is, see, for example, as told sir, though the 50% impact is there, but impact was not felt by Indian economy because we had diversified our exports to American exports to 50 other countries.
Mm.
So that is the reason why free trade deals have come in. Now coming to the European deal. European
What are the
Union-
benefits to India now?
See,
Brief.
99% of the Indian
We
exports.
will keep separate
And that will be a
free
separate
trade agreement,
topic,
separate
yeah.
session for that.
Yeah.
But now just brief this mother of all deals.
Mother of all deals, because it's a comprehensive deal.
Who told? Ursula only told.
Also, she told it. So what is happening is 99% of the Indian exports. It's a very unique thing to EU that is covered under the trade deal. Then 97% of the EU exports to India that is covered under the trade deal. Okay. Then around 9,400 products have been duty exemptions. Either exemptions are have given or duty. It is zero duty deal. Then now we have got the European Union is the biggest partner, trading partner presently. It is around
25% of the global
GDP.
GDP.
Both countries
is by
now, the global
27
GDP,
countries.
200 crore
I think
population.
UK we already had free
Okay,
trade.
it is there, it's more. So that is one thing. Then out of $136 billion of total trade, $75 billion is exports. And that exports they want to double it now by 2030.
Mm.
So doubling of the total trade, doubling of the exports. That is the main intention next of
But
5
it will
years.
take 1 year to get
That is-
implemented.
next year it will be implemented. Then 144 sectors, mainly the labor intensive sectors of Indian economy will be benefited.
Mm.
Okay, all ranging from 4 to 26%. Some import duties were levied by UE on our Indian products are around 44% also. That has been reduced to 0%.
Mm.
So most of the products which are exported from India, they are under 0% category.
Whether India will get benefited by import from European Union. Now big cars, it will be benefited for personal but it will benefit only for richer class. How that it will benefit import from
See,
European Union to
no
India?
trade deal happens unless and until it's a win-win for both continents of both countries.
Mm.
How India wins is India will get more and more export opportunities to the Europe. Similarly, how Europe will win, Europe will get more and more export to India
Correct.
opportunities. So both ways, it's a balanced trade deal. Now, where does it benefit our economy the most?
Mm. Your Porsche is from which?
It's from Europe.
Europe.
Yeah.
Now
the-
it will reduce how
So
much?
from 110%, only the import duties will come down to 40% once it starts getting implemented,
Okay.
and then over a period of time, it will be brought down from 40 to 10%.
Okay.
So it's not only the
You
110.
can buy one more then.
110% import duties. On 110% import duty, there is a 40% GST on high-end cars. So it becomes 54%.
What is the
On 100
on-road price now
On
in India?
154%, there is a 20% RTO tax.
Mm.
So it becomes 185%.
So how much on-road price now in India?
In India, it is Porsche Cayenne is around 2 crores thereabout.
And
It-
post this
It will
FTA.
come down to 1 crore 25 lakhs when the complete duty becomes 10%.
Okay.
Right now, it is going to be 40%.
But when it reduces, state may increase their.
Yeah,
That is the problem.
Yeah, India may increase some taxes on these cars.
Mm.
Okay, now that apart,
Mm.
what really benefits India from this EU trade is, see, there are a lot of countries which have been given GSP plus status by Europe. So like countries like Pakistan, Bangladesh, Turkey, and some other countries are also having that benefit. Now, what are the products we are competing with these countries to export in Europe? Textile, leather and leather goods,
Bangla has better edge
artisans,
now.
processed food, seafood, Now, these are all hugely labor intensive sectors within India. Now, the duties India is paying within the European countries when we export there is anywhere between 9% to 15% on these products. So, we are 9 to 15% more expensive than so many other countries. Now, we will have a level playing field. If we could export our commodities to Europe with 9 to 15% import duties, you imagine the benefit we will have with 0% tariff. So, this is a huge employment creator within India. It will be a great thing for increasing India's export.
For the last 27 years they are trying.
And it's a
now only it is.
It's a comprehensive treaty. It's not only for imports and exports. It's for technology transfer. It's for FDI investment. It's for defense, strategic defense tie-up. It's a very comprehensive trade treaty, unlike USA where it is only for imports and exports. So it's a game changer for FTA itself. Like such a comprehensive treaty has never happened before with any two nations. And for India, great employment creator, very good for our exports. Definitely we'll have to import a few things from the European country, but the products which we are going to import from European country, the competition, the Indian manufacturing will not get so much impacted.
Okay.
And all three sectors of the economy will be benefited: agriculture, industry and services, all three.
That are the major three sectors in pillars of Indian economy.
Exports, yes.
Now this private consumption and investment, they are the growth drivers of any economy. So how it is mentioned in our economic survey regarding this private consumption and investment as growth drivers?
Say nowadays lot of demand is created in domestic demand is created in India. So domestic demand is very important. In the main strength of India is that we have huge population in India, around 140 crore population.
145.
45 crore population. So domestic demand is there in India. This is the main strength of Indian economy. We need not bother about exports. So whatever
because of GST too,
yes.
lot of rates have been reduced. Many goods.
Yeah, whatever
So
we produce,
more and more
domestic
consumption
consumption is there. And second thing is about investment. Investment takes place in both private sector as well as public sector. Private sector, that is PLI scheme is there. Production linked incentive scheme is there. Because of this scheme, lot of investment is taking place in private sector. And second thing is in public sector, lot of investment is taking place in infrastructure sector. So especially roadways, railways and tourism. So in so many sectors, government, last year it was more than 2 lakh crore rupees public sector investment. So in this context, it indirectly it creates a lot of employment opportunities in India. In India, unemployment problem is there. To tackle this problem, investment in both public sector as well as private sector, it is very important.
Okay. Now we have one caller. Hello.
ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ.
ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ.
ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಕೇಳ್ಬೋದಾ?
ರಾಮರಾಯರೇ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ.
ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ಸರ್, ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. In Times of India dated 27 January, Dr. D. Subbarao, ex-RBI governor, writes, I congratulate Srimati Nirmala Sitaram for the longest continuously serving finance minister. There are concerns about quality of growth. Productivity growth is disappointing. Private investment is sluggish. Unemployment problem remains. Manufacturing has not emerged. Foreign investors have been taking money out of India. Next question. Times of India dated 27 January. Industry captains seek more tax cuts to support demand. Next, Times of India dated 29 January says less duty, more trade. India, European Union historic fact. Next question. Times of India dated 31st January says, V. Ananta Nageshwaran warns global risk may weigh on growth market. Geopolitical could cap expansion near lower band. Next. Times of India dated 30th January. Survey cautions artificial intelligence could reshape India's IT sector. Next. Now, $1 is equal to around rupees 90. Whether Donald Trump's shadow looms over our budget. Next. Karnataka government claims arrears of nearly rupees 12,000 crores, including Srimati Nirmala Sitaram. There are 5 central ministers from Karnataka state. As per 16th Finance Commission recommendation, whether justice will be done to Karnataka state. Next. Indo-Pak, Indo-China, Indo-Bangladesh war may take place at any time. After Sindhu episode, whether sufficient funds are earmarked for defense purpose. Next. GST fraud, bank fraud, theft in banks, theft in gold shops, road, train, flight accidents are increasing. Internal peace is as much important like external peace. What has happened in Bangladesh is a high factor. So external peace, our police force, my suggestion is our police force should be strengthened. Next, tax officials should concentrate on catching corrupt politicians, black marketeers, cyber crime frauds, some film stars and some cricket players. Next, benefits to senior citizens in case of income tax and health insurance should be increased. Next, funds should be allocated for natural calamities. Next, what color of saree Srimati Nirmala Sitaraman will wear today? Thank you, sir.
Okay. That ladies should ask, why gents are asking. Nirmala Sitaraman, which color sari she is wearing? Because normally ladies get influenced by the saying. There is a saying in Sanskrit, in the Bhagavad Gita, Yadyad acharati shreshtaha tattadevetaro janaha sa yat pramanam kurute lokastadanu vartate. So that is our FM. If she is a very simple FM, she is not wearing much jewels and simple sari and all. So people get yadyadacharati shreshta, whatever she follows, let others, all ladies follow, no. They will only see, but they follow what they want. They don't really follow. So, okay. Now one most relevant question our U. Ramarao has asked. This defense budget, this time one apprehension is there. See, now last year the size of the budget 2025 is 50.65 lakh crore. As per our prediction, now at 11 o'clock we will come to know, it may be minimum 5% to 10% increase. It may go up to 55 lakh crore. In that, major chunk will be towards defense budget. So then it will impact our growth fundamentals. What is your opinion about it?
See, we have to understand, if defense budget increases, how will it impact the growth? It will not impact adversely, because defense budget increase.
Nowadays we are promoting more Atmanirbhar rather than importing.
Most of the defense equipments are manufactured in India.
And we are exporting now.
Yeah, and we are even exporting now. So if any allocation that is made towards the defense, it is not towards hiring out of the ordinary more defense personnel. It is not increasing
so
defense.
it is not offense to invest in defense.
It's not towards revenue expenditure of defense, it's towards the capital expenditure of defense. And in this uncertain geopolitical scenario where there are a lot of wars and other issues going on, the strength of the country is utmost important.
Correct.
Because from that strength, you can bargain proper FTA with other countries, even with USA.
Now what USA is doing,
same thing. So
survival of the fittest.
It definitely benefits.
Not strongest.
It definitely benefits in economic terms as well. So according to me, it has a better multiplier effect in spending, in defense rather than in increasing subsidies.
Okay. So that is the best thing. But subsidies, that is, if you want to now ಈಗ ಒಂದು ಪಂಚರಾಜ್ಯ ಚುನಾವಣೆ ಬರ್ತದೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದು ಪಂಚಕಜ್ಜಾಯ ಕೊಡುವ ಯೋಜನೆ ಉಂಟಾ ಈ ಬಜೆಟಲ್ಲಿ? ಹೇಗೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರಕಾರ? ಪಂಚರಾಜ್ಯಗಳಿಗೆ ಪಂಚಕಜ್ಜಾಯ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ನಾಳೆ ಪೇಪರ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಹೈಲೈಟ್ ಬರ್ಬೋದು.
ಈಗ there is close relationship in between economics and politics. ಅದು ಒಟ್ಟೊಟ್ಟಾಗಿಯೇ ಹೋಗ್ತದೆ. ಈಗ ಎಸ್ಪೆಷಲಿ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದ there is huge hue and cry. ಯಾಕಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ವಿ ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್ ಗೆಟಿಂಗ್ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ GST ಶೇರ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿಕೊಂಡು.
Is it true? Being an economics, what is your opinion?
ಈಗ ಫೈನಾನ್ಸ್ ಕಮಿಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿಕೊಂಡು ಇದೆ ಇಂಡಿಯಾದಲ್ಲಿ. ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಟೇಕ್ಸ್ ಡಿಸಿಷನ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಶೇರ್ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು ಪ್ರತಿ ರಾಜ್ಯಕ್ಕೆ.
ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ರೆಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ದೇರ್.
ಯಾವುದು? ಹೌದು, ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ರೆಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟೇಷನ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ದೇರ್. ಸೊ ಪ್ರತಿ ರಾಜ್ಯಕ್ಕೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಕೊಡಬೇಕು, ಅದರ ಶೇರ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿಕೊಂಡು ದಟ್ ಫೈನಾನ್ಸ್ ಕಮಿಷನ್ ವಿಲ್ ಡಿಸೈಡ್. ಯಾಕಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ರೀಜನಲ್ ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಯಾರಿಟೀಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ದೇರ್. ಸೊ ಈ ರೀಜನಲ್ ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಯಾರಿಟೀಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಸೆಟ್ರೈಟ್ ಮಾಡುವುದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಅರ್ಲಿಯರ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾಡ್ ಬಿಮಾರು ಸ್ಟೇಟ್, ಬಿಹಾರ್, ಮಧ್ಯಪ್ರದೇಶ ಇಂಥ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಗಳೆಲ್ಲ ಇತ್ತು. ಸೊ
ಬಿಮಾರು ಸ್ಟೇಟ್
ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಂಡು 5 ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಸ್ ಇತ್ತು. ಸೊ ಆ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಸಿಗೆ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಶೇರ್ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು, ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ದು ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಶೇರ್ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು. ಬಟ್ ದ ಥಿಂಗ್ ಈಸ್, ಈ ಸರ್ತಿ ಪಂಚ ರಾಜ್ಯಗಳಿಗೆ ಪಂಚಕಜ್ಜಾಯ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿಕೊಂಡು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಿ. ಈ 5 ರಾಜ್ಯಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಇಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಆ ರಾಜ್ಯಗಳಿಗೆ ಎಸ್ಪೆಷಲಿ ಬಜೆಟ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಸಿಕ್ಕುವಂಥ ಪಾಸಿಬಿಲಿಟೀಸ್ ಹೆಚ್ಚು. ಈಗ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಇಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಗುವಾಗ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕಕ್ಕೂ ಕೂಡ ಹೊಸ ಹೊಸ ಯೋಜನೆಗಳನ್ನು ಗವರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಸ್ಯಾಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಪೊಲಿಟಿಕ್ಸ್. ಅಂದರೆ ಎಕಾನಮಿಕ್ಸ್ ಮತ್ತು ಪೊಲಿಟಿಕ್ಸ್ ಅದು ಒಟ್ಟೊಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ತದೆ.
Now this new labor codes, it was pending for long time. Recently it has been notified. What is the impact of new labor code on the economy? Can just brief.
There were 29 labor laws earlier. Now that has been shrinked or merged into 4 labor codes. So mainly this focus is on, as Naxers told, disparities in wages,
Yes.
disparities in living conditions, disparity in what's that called,
And
the
social
sectors of
security
economy.
system.
So social security. So all these disparities are removed through this code. Then there are 2 concepts of labors. One is the fixed term contract, what is the fixed labors workers, then the contract workers. Earlier there was a difference in the wages also. Now it has been merged. Both are to be treated same, equally.
Even gig workers, everybody.
Even gig workers are included. Earlier it was not there. Over 1 crore gig workers are there. That is in the service sector. So that is there. Then the security aspect, then social security. Even your what is that called? Even EPFO. For example, why it is important is EPFO membership is also increased. Now we are around 31 crore EPFO members. Organized sector and unorganized sector, both the labor intake has also increased. So if the labor is kept happy, then the productivity will increase in the industry. If productivity increases, production increases. Production increases, other impact will be there. So then working hours also they have regulated now. I mean, it has been made favorable to the labor class.
Now
I'll just add
some
one.
people say this implementation of new labor code, it will impact the profitability of corporates. They say, is it true?
Yeah,
And what extent?
it is true, but it won't be having such a big impact, because what
But there is an impact.
There is because the minimum wages have been made uniform, and there is an increase in the the payout to the workers. So there will be an impact. Second impact will be for EPF and all. The limit was 15,000, which is going to be increased to 21,000 under the new labor code. So there will be more outflow for the provident fund and other things. As a little retrospective effect also is there. So this year provisions will be on the higher side. But if you look at the overall cost to the companies, it won't exceed 2% of the existing profitability, which will be just 1 year impact. From next year you won't be even able to see those impacts. So it's a win-win situation. More security for the labor force, better pay, better working condition, uniformity, and more compliances for the corporates. MSME will also be benefited, because earlier the norms were up to 100 workers. You can't just close the company. Now that's been increased to 300 workers. So MSME and new many more entrepreneurs will have that freedom to start the companies, because many were afraid of starting the companies where you are hiring more than 100 people. But once you start the company with more than 100 people, there is no way you can close the company because of the labor laws. Now that limit has been increased from 100 to 300. So that gives more flexibility for entrepreneurs to start the companies. So MSME sector will be a beneficiary in this.
Okay. Now, inflation.
Yeah.
Inflation plays vital role of any economy development.
Yes, yes.
Now, inflation has been tamed at a historic low
Yeah,
in the last 1 year,
Yes,
and
yes.
presently it is the very minimum.
yeah,
How it is possible? Then what is the inflation basket?
Yeah.
In that basket, which are all the components of the basket has impacted this lower inflation?
okay.
And now they are going to change the CPI basket
Yeah.
components also. Can you just throw light on it?
Say, right now, consumer price index, I mean, this inflation linked to consumer goods, it is very, very lowest when comparing to previous year. This inflation means bucket full of money, it is chasing pocket full of goods. So this is the situation.
Okay.
Too much money chases too few goods.
Now why it is
Now
so low?
it is
Average from
uh,
April to December 25, average inflation, there is headline inflation is only 1.7%.
yeah,
It is the lowest since that CPI began.
yeah.
Why it is?
Especially for consumer goods, inflation rate is very, very low.
Mm.
But whereas silver, gold,
Metals.
metals, inflation rate
That
is
is, you are talking about core inflation.
yeah, core inflation.
Mm.
So general inflation is general price is different. These specific goods are different.
Food inflation.
Food inflation is very, very low, mainly because of oversupply of food production. I mean, in India, agricultural growth also taken place in India. Government is giving necessary subsidies.
Vegetable and food, it is negative, I think.
Negative.
Yeah.
18.5% in negative in vegetables and 15.1%
Yeah,
in
yeah,
pulses.
Pulses, because of overproduction only.
But core inflation stands at 4.62%.
Yeah,
That is because of precious metals.
yeah,
We let us be far from that.
yes.
Then we are not impacted from the.
I'll just add one or two more data factor here. The total basket of goods and services
Now
as
it
of
is
today,
changed, no, that component?
as of today is 299, which will be increased to 358.
Hmm.
In this service basket, which is as of now 40 services, will be increased to 50 services.
No, 299 to?
To 358
Oh.
goods and services,
Mm.
and services will increase from 40 to 50.
Hmm.
The composition of this 299 means percentage for food item, percentage for house rent, percentage for health care, all those percentages. Food was having the maximum percentage, which was 45%. Now that 45%, because you have already mentioned that food inflation was in the negative, our inflation is getting the highest impact of negative food inflation, and it has come down to 1.7. Now the food component in the overall basket will be brought down from 45 to 32 or 35%. And like house rent, housing, health, education, in those baskets the percentage will go up. Second,
Now medical inflation is also there.
yeah, medical inflation is also there. Second change they are going to make is the base price, base year. The base year for CPI still continues from 2005-06. Now they are going to change the base price for 2023-24. So that's also going to change the way the inflation is calculated. So maybe from February onwards, what the government has declared is the CPI numbers will be based upon the new basket and the new base year.
22, 23 now.
Yeah. So that
Okay.
will be changed.
That is base year.
Base year.
Okay, now monetary and financial intermediation. That is easing lot of conditions they have eased. That's why I think lot of development in financial this. Can you just throw light on banking system, what is the gross NPA, what is the net NPA, and what are the impact of this liberalization in lending norms on the economy?
First of all, the MSME norms have been relaxed. MSME lending is the highest now in Indian in the banking sector. It is around 45% of the bank credit goes to the MSME sector. Then profits of the banks. Our profits last year it was around 1.2 lakh crores. Before that, all banks were in red. During COVID times, no, the banks were running under losses. Last year, for the first time, we have reached cross to 1.2 lakh crores. Now it may be still more this year. Okay, gross NPA. It was around 10-12% and odd. Now it has come down to 2.2%. Net NPA 0.5%, 5 to 8% in different categories. Then lending, bank credit. Credit also is there is a growth of 15% bank lending. Credit growth. Recovery is also more. Your insolvency code has been bankruptcy and insolvency code has been introduced, where the recovery is faster. Maximum 6 months time is given for recovery
now
of loans.
reach the unreached, that is premium Swanidhi scheme.
Mudra scheme is there.
36.18 lakh crore they have been dispersed, that is, and
That is in Mudra.
55.45 crore loan accounts in Mudra.
Mudra. Swanidhi is around 70 lakh loans. Mudra is 55. See, that shows Naxar told how the employment has improved. Now the unemployment rate, now it is around less than 5% in India. Why it is happening? People say there is unemployment. No, there is no unemployment in India. 55 crore people are already employed.
Mudra loans have been dispersed, means they have to do some business.
Some business.
And Swanidhi also, it
It
is
is around
70
70 lakhs. It is a small amount.
Okay.
55 crores into your indirect employment. He is employing around minimum 3 to 5% per this thing, 1 to 5%.
Correct.
That is again an employment. So
Correct.
agriculture also there is growth. Agriculture unemployment is also is reduced now.
Now, last budget, 10,000 crores has been earmarked, not in 1 year, next 5 years. That is in startup, for startups seed funding support. Okay, how these startups will revolutionize or contribute for the growth of the economy? Can you just throw light?
Yeah, I'll just make one amendment to what figures you have given and you have given. It is not 55,000 crores, it is 55 lakh crores.
No, I told 55.
You mentioned the thousand, so.
No, 55.45 crore loan accounts.
So.
Loan accounts.
Yeah,
in
loan
Mudra.
accounts, 55 lakh.
55.45 crore loan accounts.
And the total funds disbursed under the Mudra is 36 lakh crores.
Correct.
36 lakh crores, which is a huge amount. Okay. And now coming to your question.
Here it is Swanidhi, 70 lakh Swanidhi borrowers, 36.18 lakh crore disbursed.
Yeah. And apart from this, 55 crore people have been brought in under the Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana, who never had bank accounts,
Correct.
now who have bank accounts. So they have been brought under the
Reach the
digital
last
economy.
mile.
Yeah, reach the last mile. Okay, now coming to your question about startups. 10,000 crore startup fund is not a big news for the Indian economy. What is the big news for Indian economy is 1 lakh crores which the government has earmarked for research and development in AI, in startups, in skilling, in what you call this silicon chips, and so on and so forth, which will be becoming the new growth driver of the India's digital economy. So that will bring about a massive change in the Indian new age economy capital formation, employment generation and growth in this sector. Startup is a small component of this, which will be across the boards. You can have a startup in agriculture products or services, you can have a startup in IT or so and so forth. So definitely 10,000 crore is a large amount, and today we have 1.97 lakh startup firms registered in India.
Around 2 lakhs.
Around 2 lakh startup firms registered in India.
On an average, they generate employment minimum 11.
Yeah. So
on an average 11.
11. So this will be growing many folds in the years to come, and this will become big revenue earners, because right now many of the startups, like the statistics which I have read somewhere, that even today 30% of Indian startup are in pre-revenue stage. Means they are working on their ideas, they are working on their concepts, but they have not started selling their products or services in the market. Imagine this 30%, which is almost 60,000 startups. They will generate revenues, more jobs, more employment.
And they make influence in agri-tech, health tech,
you know,
and,
they bring in
edu-tech,
concepts where
all these
productivity
things,
can be
revolution.
increased, you know. So this will be a revolutionary idea where we can have huge job generation for the you know, educated youth. As well, it will lead to many tertiary, secondary and tertiary related jobs where the back end work will be done by even semi-skilled or skilled people.
Now
And
let us
even-
have a small break, because now today, because of budget, we may have to end the session at least at 10:45. Before that, we will have a small break and we will continue after the break. Viewers, let us meet after the break. Dear viewers, you are all welcome to our Business Tonic 344th episode after the break. Today's topic is Economic Survey 2026. We have three experts with us, CA.D.B. Mehta, economic expert, and Dr. Jayavanta Nayak, professor in economics, University College, Mangaluru, and Rajesh Rao M, economic and banking experts. Let us a brief by our Rajesh Rao on agriculture and food management. Can you just, because of that diversification, we could do lot of growth. Can you just throw light on it?
Now our agriculture production, if you see, there are two things. One is the food grain production, then is the horticulture production. We should be very happy that we are the food surplus nation of the world. In the sense, it is told that we can import other nations, many nations of the world we can export our food grains. In the last 10 years, 10 crore, it was 25 crore metric tons of production was there, food grains, 10 years back. Today it is 35 crore tons. Okay, horticulture production also like that, it is 36 crore tons. So this agriculture food production is increased. If the then there is we have set up many commissions like oilseeds commission, pulses commission, cotton commission. They are meant
So
for
it is avoiding paying commission to the middlemen.
We are increasing the production in that way also. Then unemployment, agriculture unemployment has come down. Then agriculture startups have been introduced. FPOs are there. There is an ENAM scheme. ENAM scheme, around 3 crore farmers are involved in the ENAM scheme. ENAM scheme is without commission, as you told, without brokers. It is a digital sales, digital agricultural sales. That is happening. Then there are Swamitwa scheme is there. All the land records have been made digital. Around 3 lakh villages have been covered through drones. Then 3 crore farmers cards have been issued. Digital cards, land records have been issued. So in that way, even agriculture inflation also has come down. For the first time, it is negative inflation. So surplus production and low rate of inflation. That is a highlight of today's agriculture economy. Then growth rate also like that.
Even in livestock and fishing,
it is around
7%.
In livestock and fisheries,
6.1 to 7.2%.
7% growth. Even in the EU trade deal is also like it is focused, as sir told, that is marine exports is also there. Shrimp for Karnataka coastal areas, we can say shrimp exports will be more. So all
Andhra Pradesh is producing 80% of the shrimp of our nation, and 35% of maritime export is from AP alone. Because of US tariff, they have been hard hit.
Correct.
I think there may be some package expected in this budget, and Andhra is also part of our NDA.
One more beauty is, in all the FTAs, agriculture is untouched, which is affecting Indian economy. That is why US trade deal is delayed. Why? Because he is focusing on agriculture
and dairy. India is also milk surplus nation.
So that is why in other FTAs, even in European Union deal also, agriculture is out of the system. Exports are permitted, but imports are restricted. So in that way also our agriculture economy is improving.
Okay, because nearly 17+% of GDP of our nation is contributed by agriculture. If you make free trade deal even in agricultural products, there may be the threat of GDP coming down. Now infrastructure. So in every budget, last year 11 crore plus, 22% of the total budget outlay was earmarked for infrastructure. And how it will improve, especially reducing the logistics cost, because to have more exports we should have export competitiveness. For export competitiveness, logistics cost we should bring down. When compared to global average, our logistics cost is more, but recent past, because of Gati Shakti and other initiatives, it has been reduced by 2 to 3%. Can you just throw light on this infra?
See, like we all know, the overall infra spend in the last budget was around 15 lakhs crores. 11.23 lakhs crores was directly under the union budget heading. what we have seen is in this current year, there are execution challenges. We are not able to spend the money what we have allocated in the current year. So
because of state center
rifts, non-availability of
codes,
land,
interference of codes,
and all those things. So if we are not able to overcome those hurdles, just increasing the budget, the capital expenditure amount will not take us anywhere.
Correct.
We should be able to execute also. So those challenges
But
should be overcome.
Vande Bharat trains,
Yeah, now where
and
we are
doubling
doing,
of railway lines,
yeah, where we are doing
adding everyday roads.
yeah, so
all
where we are
these
doing,
have
where we are doing
complemented.
exceedingly well is where the state government interference is minimal, like ports, airports, railway line, high speed railway line, and those logistic parks, data centers, all those kind of data infrastructure, civil infrastructure, logistic infrastructure, in that all we are doing very well. The problem what we are facing is creating industrial parks, creating say like national highway. You look at just the Kerala highway, it has taken more than 10 years to do only some 500
But they
kilometers
are
of
beautifully done now.
They have done it, but how long it took? That same highway instead of 10 years could have been done in 10 months. It has taken 10 years
So
because of all these issues.
Prices that inflation also.
You just take care of, you just look at the Mangalore airport. Mangalore airport, the airport authority has asked the state government 5 years back, please allocate 28 acres of land so that we can have the safety area for the runway. That land has not been acquired till date by the state government and handed over to the Airport Authority of India. Now because of this, international airlines are not willing to fly to Mangalore.
So these hurdles should be
This
removed.
hurdle should be removed. So we can really not only spend what has been allocated, we can even exceed the budgetary allocation.
Okay, we have one more caller. Hello.
Hello.
Namaste. Namaste. Who's speaking?
ಸೂರ್ಯ ಪ್ರಸಾದ್ ಬಂಟ್ವಾಳ.
ಕ್ವಿಕ್ ಆಗಿ ಫಿನಿಶ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಈಗ 10:45 ನಾವು ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ ಶೋ, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಬಜೆಟ್ ಉಂಟು 11 o'clock. ಕ್ವಿಕ್ ಆಗಿ ಹೇಳಿ. ಹಲೋ.
ಹಲೋ.
ಹೇಳಿ.
ನಾನು ಹೇಳುದು ಓಕೆ ಸರಿ, ಪರವಾಗಿಲ್ಲ. ರೈತರ ವಿಚಾರವಾಗಿ, ಯಾಕೆಂದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ನು 65% ರೈತರು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬೆಳೆಯನ್ನು ಬೆಳೆಸ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ, ಇದಕ್ಕೊಂದು ಸೈಂಟಿಫಿಕ್ ಒಂದು ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿ ತಗೊಳ್ಬೇಕು. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾವ್ದು ರೀಸನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ್ದಾವ್ದನ್ನು ಬೆಳೆಸಬಹುದು ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಅನುಕೂಲ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಯಾಕೆಂದ್ರೆ ರೈತರು ನೋಡಿ, ಒಂದ್ಸಲ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೀರಿಲ್ಲದ ಜಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಈಗ ಅಡಿಕೆ ಬೆಳೆಸಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವಾಗೇನಾಗಿದೆ, ಆಟೋಮೆಟಿಕ್ ಅಡಿಕೆ ಹೊರಗಿಂದ ತರಿಸುವಾಗ ಆಟೋಮೆಟಿಕ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಅಡಿಕೆ ರೇಟ್. ಅವಾಗೆಲ್ಲ ತುಂಬಾ ಸಮಸ್ಯೆ ಆಗಿಬಿಡ್ತದೆ. ಅಂಥದ್ದೆಲ್ಲ ಇರುವಾಗ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಅವರಿಗೆ ರೈತರಿಗೆ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಎಜುಕೇಟೆಡ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟರೆ ಇನ್ನೂ ಒಳ್ಳೇದು ಅಂತ ಕಾಣ್ತದೆ. ಯಾಕೆಂದ್ರೆ ರೀಜನಲ್ ಆಗಿ ನಾವು ಬೆಳೆಸುವಾಗ ಯಾವ ಏರಿಯಾದಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ್ದು ಬೆಳೀತದೆ ಅದನ್ನೇ ಬೆಳೆಸುದು, ಮತ್ತೆ ಅದನ್ನು ನಮ್ಮ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಮತ್ತು ಸೆಂಟ್ರಲ್ ಗವರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ, ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟಿಂಗ್ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ, APMC ಅನ್ನು ಇನ್ನೂ ಸುಧಾರಿಸಿದ್ರೆ ಇನ್ನೂ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿನ ಅನುಕೂಲ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಕೂಲಿ ಕಾರ್ಮಿಕರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ, ರೈತರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಇನ್ನೂ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಯಥೇಚ್ಛವಾಗಿ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಬಜೆಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ವಿಸ್ತರಣೆ ಮಾಡಿ ಹೇಗೆ ಏನೇನು ಅಂತ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಇನ್ನೂ ಅನುಕೂಲ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ ನಾನೊಂದು. ಮತ್ತೆ ಎಜುಕೇಶನ್ ಇದಿದೆ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದು ಸಿಬಿಲ್ ಅನ್ನು ತೆಗೆದ್ರೆ ಇನ್ನೂ ಅನುಕೂಲ. ಎಜುಕೇಶನ್ ಲೋನ್ಗೆ ಸಿಬಿಲ್ ತೆಗೆಯುವುದು ಮತ್ತೆ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ರೇಟ್ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಇನ್ನೂ ಒಳ್ಳೇದಂತ ನನ್ನ ಒಂದು ಅನಿಸಿಕೆ ಸರ್.
ಓಕೆ, ಬಹಳ ಒಂದು ಉತ್ತಮವಾಗಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು ಸೂರ್ಯಪ್ರಸಾದ್ ಅವರಿಗೆ. 11 ಗಂಟೆಗೆ ಬಜೆಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಅನೌನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ನೋಡುವ. ನಾವು ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಟು ವೈಂಡ್ ಅಪ್. ಬಿಫೋರ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಯು ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಸಮ್ ಅಪ್ ಫ್ಯೂ ಲೈನ್ಸ್?
See, this economic survey is having lot of positive aspects.
Long-lasting
yes,
impact.
Long-lasting impact. At the same time, we have also so many challenges. For example, global uncertainties are there. Employment generation is a big issue. And manufacturing competitiveness is also very, very important. We have to retain it. Inflation risk is also involved in our economy, and infrastructural bottlenecks are there, skill gaps are there. I mean, this whatever resource, human resource available in our economy and industrial requirement, it is not matching properly, and climate and environmental risks are there. So to tackle these problems, government reforms, necessary reforms are very, very important.
Okay, now sum up.
Now the
Sum up in just 1 minute.
Now what is required is, as told by Mehta sir, new age industries, high tech industries. Earlier it was not there. India was not aware of it. Now, for example, artificial intelligence. We need huge investment in artificial intelligence, in semiconductors, in chips, then robots, quantum computing, data centers. Now the gift center in Ahmedabad.
Now global capability centers.
Global capability that is improved. Many MNCs are entering here. Many 15 foreign universities are coming to India. It is again for the first time. So there is a merger. What is that called? Global economy is merging with the Indian economy, and that has to keep pace with it. And we have to have agreements with almost all nations, all continents of the world. I think we are having free trade agreements. So this is how Indian economy can grow in future.
So India is in limelight. Okay. Short sum up in 1 minute.
Yeah, just to sum up, it's a good directional statement which has come out in the economic survey. What the government needs to do, which direction, which industry, and where all focus has to be given, how to generate employment, because high tech can generate a huge GDP, huge export base, but it is not so much going to generate employment. So these FTAs will be bringing in a huge employment. So both are going hand in hand, and we need several reforms,
encouraging
FDIs. Now, if you know that this year our FDI will be below $50 billion compared to $80 billion in the previous year. So how do we encourage FDIs? And those are the things which economic survey has highlighted, and I am sure government will bring in reforms to address this.
Okay. I think now it is time to wind up. Before that, let us have small this, what is that, shloka told by Ananta Nageshwaran, our chief economic advisor, in his preface of economic survey. The gist is, country will stand to gain immensely when all of us embrace delayed gratification. Everybody is in a hurry that they should get benefit. Let us embrace delayed gratification so that country will stand to gain. Country first should be this. Yama's message in Kathopanishad, it has been mentioned in this preface. Shreyascha preyascha manushyametastau samparitya vininakti dhiraha shreyo hi dhirobhi preyaso vranite preyo vando yogakshemad vranite. That meaning, every moment asks us to choose between Shreya and Preya, that is enduring good versus fleeting comfort. Good versus comfort. The mature mind chooses Shreya and the immature mind settles for Preya. This is the settle, this beautifully it is said. And economic survey ಇದರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಸಣ್ಣ ಒಂದು ಚುಟುಕಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಇದು ಮುಗಿಸುವ. ಬಜೆಟ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಜನರಿಗಿದೆ ಬೆಟ್ಟದಷ್ಟು ನಿರೀಕ್ಷೆ. ಫೆಬ್ರವರಿ 1ರಂದು ವಿತ್ತ ಸಚಿವೆಗೆ ಅಗ್ನಿ ಪರೀಕ್ಷೆ ಹೊರಹೊಮ್ಮಿದೆ ಉತ್ತಮ ಆರ್ಥಿಕ ಸಮೀಕ್ಷೆ. ವಿಶ್ವಗುರುವಾಗಲಿ ಭಾರತ ಎಂದು ನಮ್ಮ ಆಕಾಂಕ್ಷೆ ಅಂತೇಳಿ. ಸರ್ವೇ ಜನಾಃ ಸುಖಿನೋ ಭವಂತು ಸಮಸ್ತ ಮನ್ಮಂಗಳಾನಿ ಭವಂತು. This episode will be retelecasted in Nammakudla 24/7 on this Wednesday at 9:30 p.m. again. You can watch, and all our episodes are available in YouTube also. Until then, let us have good time. Let us view the budget at 11 a.m. Our FM will address the budget. Let us watch the budget. Let us understand the budget. And let us decode the budget gradually, and we will also decode the budget, union budget, in our next episode also. Until then, I wish all our citizens happy budget. Sarve janaha sukhino bhavantu samasta sanmangalani bhavantu. I am CA SS Naik signing off.